Breaking news out of Hollywood this morning.
Yeah, Paul Walker, one of the stars of the enormously popular Fast and Furious movies, dead in a car crash.
In the celebrated Fast and Furious franchise, Paul Walker's presence lit up the screen like a beacon in the night. As Brian O'Connor, he raced into our hearts, leaving skid marks of fond memories in the cinematic universe. Beyond the action-packed moments, he was a loving father, a caring philanthropist, and a true inspiration. What exactly happened on that fateful day when the wheels of destiny took an unexpected turn? Was there any secret behind his untimely departure? Come along with us as we explore the final moments of a beloved icon. We'll analyze together the chain of circumstances that inevitably resulted in Paul Walker's tragic end. On November 30th, 2013, the news of Fast and Furious icon Paul Walker's tragic death shocked the world. Accompanied by his friend Roger Rodas, they met their end in a catastrophic car crash, leaving behind a trail of disbelief and sorrow. Like a cruel twist of destiny's knife, Paul Walker's journey was cut short. It had a tremendous impact on the entertainment industry and broke the hearts of devoted admirers. Thousands of people gathered to pay their respects at the scene of the tragic event. In an emotional gathering, Walker and Rodas's loved ones and supporters came together to pay tribute to their timeless memory. On that ill-fated day, Walker and his companion, Roger Rodas, embarked on a ride in a sporty 2005 Porsche Carrera GT. Rodas, a seasoned race car driver, was the man behind the wheel, while Walker occupied the role of co-driver. The day was inching towards the late afternoon, and as the clock's hands approached 3:30 p.m., Hercules Street in Valencia, a Santa Clarita neighborhood, held a secret. They had no idea that their pleasant outing would turn into a terrible tragedy. What details about the tragic reality of Paul Walker's car accident did the official records from the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office provide? Rodas had propelled the car to an excess of 100 miles per hour, dramatically surpassing the speed limit of 45 miles per hour on Hercules Street. What series of events led to the collision and the subsequent explosion of flames? Unexpectedly losing control, the car sped onto the pavement and slammed into a tree before hitting a streetlight pole. The impact was so severe that the automobile rotated once more before hitting a different tree on the opposite side. A minute or so after the incident, the wreckage got engulfed in flames, which was horrifyingly captured on grim footage from the scene. The Porsche was nearly split into two parts due to the devastating crash. The charity event was 500 yards away, but the sound of the crash could be heard there. After quick action, 911 was called at 3:31 p.m. To put out the fires, firefighters from the Los Angeles County Fire Department hurried to the area. The LA County Sheriff's Department declared both passengers deceased, marking the end of their journeys. In the wake of his death, a question echoes within the hearts of every fan. Why did fate choose to cruelly snatch him away before his time? The autopsy report chronicled the extent of Paul Walker's injuries. It revealed numerous fractures throughout his body, including his jaw, collarbone, and left arm. The cause of his death was a combination of temperature exposure and traumatic impact injuries. Visual identification was impossible due to the severity of the burns. Once a standout amidst bustling crowds, now lies in anonymity. How swiftly life transforms from recognizable to unidentifiable. How intense were the blows he suffered. The report disclosed that none of his organs were suitable for donation due to the extent of the damage. Walker's trachea was found to have a tiny bit of soot, which was proof that he survived after the initial collision. His final moments were marked by a mix of misery and a struggle for survival. On the flip side, Rodas suffered numerous severe wounds to his neck, head, and chest, leading to his passing shortly after the crash. The subsequent investigation revealed that neither Walker nor the man behind the wheel had drugs or alcohol in their systems. Following a thorough examination at the crime scene, it was discovered that parts of the vehicle had gone missing. A few days later, two men were charged with stealing pieces of the wreckage and were each sentenced to 6 months in prison. Paul's close friend, Jim Thorpe, recounted the final moments to the media while standing at the accident scene. He described how Roger backed the car into the garage, and Paul jumped in and said, "Hey, let's go for a drive." They set out on a short journey, and this is what happened. It's strange how Paul created movies, lived his life, and met his end in a manner echoing the very essence of the Fast and Furious franchise. He loved cars and speed, and today he was forced to die in a fast car with his friend. In the wake of the accident, authorities launched an inquiry into its potential causes. A thorough examination by the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department spotlighted speed as a pivotal factor. Investigators concluded that before the crash, the car was traveling at a speed of above 100 miles per hour in a 45 miles per hour zone. Authorities also made the wild assumption that drag racing might have played a role in the fatal event. Seeking further answers, Walker's family engaged experts to explore other potential causes. They scrutinized the notion of bots dots, non-reflective plastic bumps used to mark road lanes. The family worked with experts who visited the crash site and returned with what they considered to be a strong theory, according to sources. As the tragedy's narrative came to light, it was like a puzzle, spreading a cloud of confusion over the horizon of understanding. The rapid car can hydroplane and lose control if it hits the plastic markings. The low-profile racing tires on the red Porsche made controlling the Carrera GT even more difficult. Notably, Porsche had cautioned dealers about handling problems in 2004 and recommended caution when driving in rough conditions. On December 14, 2013, a private funeral for Paul Walker was held at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in the Hollywood Hills. Family members and co-stars like Tyrese Gibson, Ludacris, and Michelle Rodriguez gathered to pay respects. Rodriguez wrote in a tweet expressing her feelings, "I said goodbye to a great man today, a man I never got to show just how much I love his spirit and his golden heart." Stay golden, Ponyboy. What specific complaints did Meadow list in her lawsuit against Porsche? How did Porsche address and respond to these accusations? In 2016, Walker's daughter, Meadow, launched a wrongful death lawsuit against Porsche, asserting that design defects played a role in her father's passing. The lawsuit claimed that the absence of safety measures, typically found in well-designed race cars or Porsche's entry-level road cars, played a role in the collision. This alleged deficiency was said to have contributed to the tragic event. The side doors of the car allegedly had reinforcement bars that were poorly welded and made from subpar materials. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department concluded a thorough investigation and found that worn tires and high speeds that were inappropriate for the road conditions were the main contributors to the accident. Do you think Paul Walker's lasting memory is a result of the strong off-screen connections he formed or his impactful on-screen presence? Let's know what you think in the comments. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Consider liking and subscribing to show your support. Hit the notification bell to stay in the loop for more videos like this.